Last week, former Republican presidential candidate Ben Carson, who's now the head of the government's Housing and Urban Development Program, came under fire for a controversial comment that he made about poverty and the mindset of poor people. Check this out.
You take somebody who has the right mindset, you can take everything from them and put them on the street. And I guarantee you, in a little while, they'll be right back up there. And you take somebody with the wrong mindset, you can give them everything in the world. They'll work their way back down to the bottom. I think poverty, to a large extent, is also a state of mind.
Ben said a lot of things in that interview, but that's the line that caused him the most pushback. And that's the line I'm going to talk about today. Poverty, to a large extent, is a state of mind. You know, I hate that Ben Carson said this. As a kid, my family was on welfare. We got food stamps, as did most of the other families around us. Ben's comments bothered me for a couple reasons, but the main reason his comments bother me is because they're true. In America, poverty to a large extent is a state of mind. Check this out. Your reality, the situations and circumstances of your life, whether you realize it or not, are a reflection of the thoughts that you consistently have. The quality of those thoughts, combined with how those thoughts make you feel, will always play a significant part in creating your reality. You create your own reality. And this isn't something I'm just making up either. It's been written about time and time again. Years ago, I came across a book on the subject that changed my life called As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. I've probably given this book away as a gift 4 or 5 times in my life to different people that I care about because the message behind it is so powerful. It's simple, yet profound. We become what we think about. In 2006, a book detailing this law of attraction called The Secret became insanely popular and has since sold almost 20 million copies, enriching people's lives and empowering them to accomplish their dreams. There have been dozens of books written on this topic of manifesting through thought. The Secret is a great book. I've read it more than once. It's also a great title. It's a way to pique people's interest because everybody wants to know a secret, right? But the reality is this law of attracting what we think about, this law of circumstances outside of us mirroring what's happening inside of us, this isn't a secret. It's been echoed for centuries by many different enlightened historical figures. This is what Buddha meant when he said, the mind is everything. What you think, you become. This is what's meant in the Emerald Tablet when it says, as it is above, so it is below. This is what the Bible means in Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Whatever a man sow, he shall also reap. Your thoughts are seeds that you sow daily. And whether you're consciously aware of those thoughts or not, they will bear fruit. That's why it's critical that you choose your thoughts wisely and with intention. Look, of course it's true. Some people are born into hardship, while other people are born into privilege. That's an inarguable fact. I understand systemic disadvantage. I was born a little brown boy to an unmarried teenage white girl in the 70s with all the social stigmas and drama that comes with. No real money. At an early age, I saw drug abuse up close, domestic violence up close. My father had 7 kids with 5 different women before he ended up doing 10 years in the state penitentiary. By the time I turned 15, I was arrested on serious charges myself. Believe me when I tell you, I know what it's like to look around and not be able to see a path to a successful future. But if you want to put together the right thoughts to escape poverty, the divine truth is this: where you come from doesn't matter. The resources available to you or not available to you doesn't matter. What your family has accomplished or hasn't accomplished does not matter. All you have to do is start and don't quit. Establish your vision or goal. Align your thoughts, your words, and your actions with the next logical step toward accomplishing that goal, and don't quit. And what happens next is Magic. Let me give you an example of how this has worked in my own personal life. 9 years ago, when I first learned that I was going to be a father, I was working a job. I was pulling data cables into buildings, cables for like the internet and telephones in hospitals and office buildings and stuff. The pay was okay, but with a baby coming, I needed more money. So I decided to go back to school. Full heart, I decided radiography. And when I made that decision, the universe brought that goal a step closer to me that day. Now, it took time for me to build up enough momentum and consistency in my thoughts, in my words, and my actions to manifest that goal. It took years. And that's okay, because I didn't realize it then, but I actually needed that time for personal growth. See, I originally chased that job because I wanted to be able to provide. In the years that it took me to achieve that goal, I learned what it truly meant to provide for a family. I learned how to be a better husband, a better father, a better leader, a better listener. I learned that besides money, this career was important to me because it represented an opportunity for me to help people, an opportunity to contribute, to serve others in their time of need. Things that I didn't even know were important to me before I started the journey. But it was unbelievable how, from the moment I decided, like that, things started working out in my favor. I needed to work and go to school. Boom. I found a job as a security guard where they didn't mind if I studied at work. How perfect is that? Especially with a baby at home. You ain't getting any studying done. Yeah, I had to deal with some top flight jokes here and there, but I was getting paid to study. Every day I saw more and more examples of the universe conspiring to help me. You find what you look for. See, a lot of times people walk right past the blessing because they're not looking for it. Without even realizing it, what they're looking for is something to complain about. What they're looking for is something to be offended by, something to hold up and say, see, this ain't right. I don't have any luck. And if that's what you look for, that's what you'll find. But I was seeing blessings everywhere. As it was time for me to enter a specific part of school, it looked like I couldn't get in because space was limited. Oh, wait, they opened a brand new facility even closer to my house. I'm in a spot where I may not be able to continue because I'm out of money. Oh, wait, somebody who saw me working hard over the last few years, consistently trying to better myself, decided they wanted to contribute to what I was doing. A path appeared like magic every time I needed it, over and over again. There is no circumstance that you cannot overcome with a clear and focused mind. Of course, the flip side of that coin is negative thoughts can be planted too. Negative feelings manifest into situations and circumstances too. And negative energy has momentum too. And part of that spectrum of negativity is poverty and lack. Ben Carson says poverty to a large extent is also a state of mind, and he's right. But it bothers me that he said it. Does that make me a hypocrite? No. See, my problem isn't with the message. My problem is with the messenger. What Ben said bothers me because I don't believe he said it with the intent of trying to raise people's consciousness. I don't believe he said it trying to empower people to achieve their best. I don't believe he said it to encourage the less fortunate or show people that even when there appears to be no possible way, a way will be made for you if you have the right mindset. That's not why he said it. Having been appointed by President Trump, he said it to fall in line with this administration's budgetary plans. He said it to justify the billions of dollars of cuts that are to be made, taking poor kids with small windows of opportunity that they can actually see and making them even smaller, cutting arts programs, cutting after-school programs, cutting education spending, cutting a wide range of programs generally designed to help the less fortunate. Reminds me of the Tupac line. We got money for war, but can't feed the poor. Do we have the ability to create our own reality with our thoughts. Absolutely. But coming to and believing that truth takes a spiritual awakening. And spiritual awakenings are personal. They're private. They happen one person at a time, and only when that person is ready. It's dangerous and irresponsible to take a spiritual truth and use it to cover up a harmful political agenda. But that's where we're at these days, my friends. So stay woke. Listen, I'll see y'all again on June 15th. Please leave a comment, like, share, or just tag somebody who you think might enjoy this video. I appreciate your time. Look for the blessings in your life. Keep your thoughts right, and the universe will literally bend reality to meet your will. Why? Because everything connects. Love and respect.